Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. 1,000 followers on TikTok. And as I promised, today I'm going to offer you a free guided meditation so we can manifest the life of our dreams. I'm so excited. This is my first live here on TikTok, and my heart is so full of gratitude for you guys. Thank you so much for your likes. Thank you so much for wanting to learn a little bit more about my work. And today, before we start with our live meditation, I wanted to talk a little bit about how do we heal our inner child. That has been a work of mine for my whole life. How do I get back and rescue my little girl, right? And that has been like a homework for me, and it's a daily work. It's a daily routine, and I've been in therapy for a long time. And this is telling me to slide this way to see comments, I think. Well, I don't think I'm going to read comments right now because otherwise I'm going to get off track. So if you want to leave me your comments, or if you want to DM me your questions, I'll be happy to answer everyone. Like messages, private messages, because I'm not going to read comments right now, okay? So like I was saying is, how do we heal our inner child? This is a daily work. This is a daily homework. This is a daily, I think we need daily disciplines to learn how to let go of the limitations, of those labels that were put onto us, growing up with society, with our culture, right? Because every culture has different taboos, different ideas, different restrictions, So for me, this kind of work has been a lifelong process, right? I always thought to myself, I really need to go back and heal my little girl, because I knew there were things in my childhood that were painful, right? And I did recognize a lot of them, but I had a hard time recognizing but I had a hard time recognizing where my that thinking that I wasn't good enough, to that little girl of mine, and tell her that she's safe, and tell her that I am a conscious woman now, and we're gonna rewrite the story, right? So how do we rewrite the story? And this is huge, right? We have to really take the time to visualize our inner world, right? To visualize ourselves going back, but not to relive the horrible stories, just to identify where these limitations come from, right? And it's so important for us to just go back and say, okay, wait, why do I think? Important for us to just go back and say, okay, wait, why do I think I am not good enough? Where did this come from, right? And one of the things that really helped me, and this is one exercise I'm gonna share with you guys because I did it with my therapist. We drew a genealogical tree, right? One side of the tree was my father's side. The other side of the tree was my mother's side, right? And so we went, as far as I can remember, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, my mother's siblings, from my mother's side, my cousins, my siblings, and every single peculiarity that you might find within your family, and so you start going on your mother's side, and then you do the same thing on your father's side, right? And when I was doing this exercise, I realized there's so much of the same pattern repeating itself from generation to generation, right? And I was like, why is this like happening? And then I realized that is what intergenerational trauma is, right? All the women in my family have been abused, have been put down, and in our culture, the Spanish culture is very machista, right? So we were told women are not allowed to talk, women have no voice, right? So, and we believe that. So that was our role, right? Women, because we weren't the supporters, so we weren't the ones bringing the money home. We weren't allowed to ask for anything. We weren't allowed to use our voice to say I have rights too, right? And that was a pattern in my family. I went back to my great grandmother, and my great grandmother was a strong woman, but she was by herself. Right back to my great grandmother. And my great grandmother was a strong woman, but she was by herself, right? And that's all I remember from her. Then I remember my grandmother being divorced and then going into a marriage that was a little bit abusive. Then my mother and my aunts. And it's just crazy because a lot of the stories in my generation with my cousins, like a lot of us live the same story kind of, right? So I was like, why do I limit myself when I already know I am capable? And in my mind, I already knew I am capable, but my subconscious didn't believe that. So I had to really go very, very deep into my subconscious mind and say, listen, you are with me on this, okay? And to be able to heal that little girl, I had to go back, and meditation. I had to go back to those days where I felt like so defenseless, right? So hopeless. So like nobody's listening, nobody's looking at me. I am invisible, and all of those labels that I created myself because of the perception of the way I grew up, the way I was brought up, the way I was raised, right? So now I go back in meditation and I find my little girl and I tell her, listen, you have a voice now. Listen, you are important now. Listen, you have value now. And I am here to walk you with me. You are safe, right? So it's very important for us as adults and conscious people to go back and revisit certain scenarios, right? And say, listen, nothing that happened to you was your fault, because guilt is big. Guilt kills you, right? We always feel guilty, or society makes you feel like you're guilty. Well, you did this and so you deserve it. No. We were little girls, we were little boys. It wasn't our fault. Whatever bullshit that, they wanted to make us believe. No, it wasn't our fault. We were born perfect. So I am in a quest for all of us, the whole world, to go back to our perfect selves. The perfect soul we were created to be, right? And how do we remove those labels? How do we remove those limitations? We remove those limitations when we reclaim our power, when we reclaim our voice, when we say enough is enough. I am breaking the chain and I'm going to start new for me, for my new generations, for my children, for my children's children. The story ends here. And I'm breaking chains. I'm breaking the intergenerational BS trauma, right? I am breaking that because I am conscious and I know that our Creator has brought me here for a reason, and with a purpose, which is the most important thing. So going back to revisit those old stories, right? The stories where you feel like you're not worth it. And then you talk to your little girl and you're like, why? Okay, I understand that situation made you feel that way, but that wasn't you. It was the situation. It was the people around the situation. It were the people around the situation. It wasn't the perfect you. You didn't do anything for you to take that label as yours, right? So it's like I said when we started, it's like an everyday kind of homework. Every day you have to go back and talk to your little girl. Every time you feel like you're being triggered by one of your limitations, you need to sit down with yourself, talk to your little girl, and say, I'm here. I'm here with you. I know you're scared, but I got you. I know that you think you're not enough, but we know better. Okay, you think you cannot keep going? Why? I'm here. I'm here. I'm here to save you. I'm here to do it with you. I'm here. We're gonna do this together, right? So we have to be so confident. We have to get to the point where we say, listen, I am here with a mission and nobody's gonna stop me. No one is gonna stop me. And my little girl is here. And sometimes she gets like, she freaks out, right? When she goes through situations and some people just trigger her and she wants to go like, eeeh! No, I'm like, let's process. We're better than this. Let's process. We are going to let people be people. We're not going to take any of those opinions personal. You know, every single person brings to your life, bring their own limitations to your life. So we have to be compassionate to them also, right? We need to be compassionate to us first and say, listen, I'm not perfect. I'm still dealing with my pains. You know, I'm still dealing with my little girl who's still scared inside, you know, and every day I'm like, no, I'm here for you. We got this, you know, and every day you need to repeat to yourself how valuable you are, how amazing you are. And you need to be grateful for the creation that you are. Because if you see yourself as being imperfect, like James McNeil would say, you are insulting your creator, right? And the creator doesn't make any mistakes. Are you calling yourself a mistake? Careful, careful, careful with the things you say about yourself, okay? Because by treating yourself like you're not enough, you're actually insulting your creator. So be careful, right? So this is a kind of work that I do with all the people I work with, right? We're going back to our stories only because we want to know where these limitations come from. But we're going to leave those stories behind because we're not the story. We are not the circumstances. We are not our parents and their limitations. We are not society, right? We came here perfect. So let's own that. Let's own that. And if we need to, like I said, we need to go back, walk hand to hand with our little inner child. And we need to tell that little child, we are safe. We are valuable. We have a voice that we need to use. We are here. We're present. We are here to change the world. And yes, we are here to change the world. I really believe this. And I'm so grateful that I got to this point, 1,000 followers. So I am able to actually talk to you guys. You know, I wish I had somebody reading me comments if there's any comments. But if not, I'm not going to read the comments right now because I don't want to put my attention somewhere else and then lose it. I'm not going to read the comments right now because I don't want to put my attention somewhere else and then lose it. So if you have any comments that you want to share with me, you can send me a direct message, all right? But listen, breathe, you know, and be assured that if you are feeling negative emotions, that if you are feeling like you're not enough, that if you are feeling like you can't take one more step, you're not alone. You're not. You know, a lot of people, I think the whole world goes through that, right? But we should be more compassionate towards each other. We should be everybody's like, I want to be everybody's best friend so we can heal together, right? Let's be everybody's ally. Forget about words. Forget about, fights. I mean, listen, we're here for just a little bit of time. And this is a gift, right? Being here in this world is such a gift. Just enjoy it and love everyone around you. Stop criticizing. If you have time to criticize something, criticize yourself and the one you were yesterday, right? And then you'll be like, okay, so what did I do wrong that I can change and I can become better? If you want to judge someone, judge your own behaviors, judge your own impulses, right? Because we all get very impulsive with our actions when we are with this charge of emotion. So we really have to be careful. That's another thing I have to talk to you guys about, managing our emotions so we don't throw up on people's faces, so we don't hurt people we love. Because this is another experience I've been, like, it's so close to me. When emotions are heating up, you better bite your tongue, right? So it's been a long journey. It's been a long work. It's been a long. Only God knows, right? Only God knows what we have been through, right? But I'm just telling you, if you put your mind to it, if you put your heart to it, you can also walk with your little inner child hand to hand and assure your little child that we are safe. We are valuable. We are successful. Nobody can stop us, right? We are not taking any labels anymore. The only labels we take are the labels we want to put on ourselves. That's it. And God already gave us an identity. We don't need anyone to tell us who we are. We don't need anyone's permission to be who we are. We don't need anyone's permission to save the world. Let's just do it, right? Let's do it. The world is waiting for us. Okay? So, like I said before, for whoever just connected now, in order for you to heal that inner little child of yours, revisit, rewrite, reprogram those stories, right? And by you reprogramming those stories, and then you start seeing them with a different lens. You start seeing yourself with more compassion, and you start seeing other people with so much compassion because they were also hurt. They couldn't deal with their own limitations, but we are going to be able to do that because we know better, right? We know better. We don't want to hurt anybody anymore, right? Because we know better. We're gonna learn how to manage our emotions. Number one, we are going to learn how to go back and rescue our inner child and assure our inner child that we are safe, that we have all the value we need. We have all the love that we need is here inside of us. And when we discover this, it's just the most amazing feeling ever. It's the most amazing feeling ever because you have everything you need within yourself. And when you feel yourself, you shower yourself with compassion, you shower yourself with love, you shower yourself with respect. You start respecting your word, and your actions match the words that come out of your mouth. The world gives all of that back to you in abundance. So be mindful, okay? Be mindful of the language you use to talk to yourself. Be compassionate. Treat yourself like if you were your best friend, or like if you were the person who gave birth to you. Be compassionate to yourself, right? Like I said, I don't know if somebody just connected recently, but go back. Find out where those limitations came from. Find out, why do I feel like I am not enough? Who told me that? Who told me I'm not enough? Who made me feel I'm not enough? Or maybe it was just my own perception telling me, I am not enough because I was left alone one day and And maybe I was left alone because my parents had no choice. They had to work, they had to feed me, but they still love me, right? But sometimes perceptions make a whole identity, you know, and then we grow up believing we are this identity. We are this false self, you know, and we become acting as if we were invisible, as if we weren't enough, right? We believe this with years, you know, and the more we and as in the years go by and we keep living this reality, this identity that is not ours. So we are going to go back and we're going to identify where these stories came from. Because you know why? Because we want to rewrite these stories. We want to see these moments with compassion. We want to see ourselves, and we want to be there to assure ourselves that everything's going to be okay. You know, we're going to grow up to be better than this, and I'm going to hold you, and we are going to be just fine, right? We're going to reclaim our voice. We're going to reclaim our identity. We're going to reclaim our power, right? And nothing, no one is going to stop us. Let's be that loving creation we were made to be. Let's be that perfect creation we were created to be. You know, let's change this world for once. Let's change this world together. It is possible. It is possible. You know, we need to heal ourselves. We need to give all this, everything we long for, we need to give it to ourselves first so we can share with the rest of the world, right? So we're going to learn so much together. You know, we're going to learn to be compassionate. We're going to learn to talk to ourselves with love, with respect, so we start seeing that from outside, from the rest of the world, all right? Everything you deserve, you have to give yourself first, okay? We cannot ask for the world to respect us if we don't respect our word, if we don't respect ourselves. We cannot expect for the world to see us as beautiful creatures when we don't accept the way we look, right? We need to start accepting ourselves for who we are. And who we are is just amazing. You know, just being alive is such a gift. This is just, listen, you're here. I'm here. We get to see each other. You know, we get to connect. We get to breathe. We get to be grateful together. And I feel this is just an amazing opportunity, you know, and for me to have this platform open, for me to be able to talk to you like this is just big. It's huge, you know. So let's heal together, you know. Let's get rid of all that heavy load of limitations. Who needs to carry this heavy bag? We don't need to carry this heavy bag along our whole life. It's just too heavy. It's too heavy. Let it go. You know, one of the quotes I love from a friend of ours is, the strength in the physical world is measured by how much we can lift up. And the strength in the spiritual world is measured by how much we are able to let go. Right? We need to start letting go of those limitations. We need to start letting go of those old labels that I don't know who gave us. You know, the label that you need to believe right now is that you are perfect. You were created with so much value. You were created just to make a change in this world, and believe it. Believe it, because once you believe it, you start living it. And you start reclaiming it, and you start changing things, and you start touching lives, right? And this is what we want. Let's make a domino effect of love and change in this world. And I think we are all ready. We are all ready, right? Let's heal that inner child, that little girl, that little boy that lives inside of us. Hold their hand. You're safe. You are valuable. You are perfect, And you are here to make a difference in this world. I promise you I'll take care of you. I promise you I'll be compassionate every time you feel triggered. I'm here to sit with you to process before we go and attack anyone. Okay? So let's be compassionate to that little wounded baby, that little wounded child that still lives inside of us, right? Change is not going to be overnight. No. What we need to do is be there to hold our inner child and say, we're okay. We are okay. And we really are. It's a tough subject. But it's possible. I believe we all have the power. I believe in you. I believe in me. I believe in me. I know we can heal together. I know. It's been a long journey, right? But I feel like if we just decide to be a little more compassionate towards one another, we can make a change. We can heal the world, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's remove those limitations. Let's get rid of the heavy that load of heavy BS. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Go back to the stories just to recognize where the limitations come from. And assure you little girl, you little boy, that you are safe now. Healing is not overnight. Healing doesn't happen overnight. But it's possible. It is possible to be at ease with our story. It is possible to be at peace with our story, no matter how horrible it could be. You know, sometimes we go through the toughest situations just because our soul was ready to battle with that. You know, our soul was ready to learn from that. You know, so let's be grateful. Let's be grateful for those, even those tough situations. They make us stronger, I promise. You know, and let's be grateful for the beautiful memories, for the beautiful situations, there's so much to be grateful for. You know, don't ever forget to be grateful for this life. You know, we are spiritual. Don't ever forget to be grateful for this life. You know, we are spiritual beings, you know, living in this physical world just for a certain amount of time. Make it count, right? Stop bashing each other. Stop fighting with each other. Why not giving somebody a hand? Why not changing the like that? Start being compassionate to yourself. Start being compassionate to that little girl that lives inside of you, that little boy that lives inside of you. Assure them that they're safe and they have so much value. Believe me, you have a role to play in this world, and this world needs you. You know, we cannot be so cold. Let's just not be that cold. Let's just be there for each other. Let's make a change. Let's make a difference. I think it's possible. I really do. I just believe and know so much. So for whoever wasn't here, when I started recording, I was talking about healing your inner child, right? And how do we do that? We go back and revisit our experiences, but we only go back and revisit our experiences so we can save ourselves, so we can assure ourselves and that little girl, that little boy, that it wasn't our fault, that whatever labels we adopted as ours don't belong to us. You know, sometimes we adopt labels, we adopt identities that don't belong to us only because it's easy, you know. It's just easy to lie because I don't want to get in trouble. It's just easy to be quiet because they're not going to listen to me anyway, right? So we become those people. But if you recognize where those limitations come from, I assure you, you can change them. You can change them because then you realize you're not that. You are not. You are not. You were created to be perfect. You are a perfect creation of your creator, right? We don't want to insult our creator. We don't believe we are perfect, right? His creation is perfect. We need to believe this, right? Let's start being compassionate to ourselves so we can be compassionate with the rest of the world, so we can heal as a collective, so we can heal as a community. It is time to give each other a hand, right? If you say you're going to do something for someone, do it. If you say you're going to be there for someone, be there. You know, respect your word. It's just as easy as that, you know? Don't let anyone hang in. It's not a good feeling, you know? And honor your feelings. Honor that, you know, you have still your inner child lives inside of you. And those old feelings will still come back. They'll come back, you know, because we still have those fears. We still sometimes feel like we're not enough and we freak out when somebody make us feel rejected. But now we are conscious people. We need to realize that we're better than that. You know, no. Don't be afraid. I'm here to save you. I'm here to keep you safe. I know you want to freak out, little girl. That little girl inside of me. I know you want to freak out, but I got you. Let's not act up like we used to. Let's hold off. Let's process. You know, it's so important to process our emotions before we, you know, and F all up. Let's process. Let's process what we have here so we don't hurt anyone, right? This is a generation where we start breaking chains. We start breaking curses or whatever you want to call it. We're going to start breaking the intergenerational trauma chain, you know, that we've been carrying for way too long, right? We're not victims anymore. We are not invisible anymore. We are not voiceless anymore. We are here to claim our place in this world. And we are ready. We are ready to live our life to the fullest. Being compassionate, you know. This is an everyday kind of job. It's not easy, but it's possible. It is possible, right? And when you reach to your heart, you can feel like you can actually reach that little inner child of yours, and you can give your little child a little comfort. I'm here for you. The story is not that story anymore. The story is the one you and I write starting today, right? The story is the story we write in this present moment. It's not the story that was written for us before or the perception of the story we lived, right? No. We have the power to write our story in this perfect moment. This is the only moment where we have control. The past, it is, you know, is what it is. We can't control it. We can't change it. And the future, we don't know, right? Why are we going to worry about that? Let's worry about what you do in this moment. How are you becoming better right here, right now? Whose life are you making better right here, right now? How are you being better for you, to you? How are you loving yourself a little more right here, right now? How? It is possible. It is possible. Take it a minute at a time and make it perfect. Let's forget about the past and the mistakes. They don't define us anymore. Not anymore. We are light. We are love. We are perfect creations. We are here to make a change. Okay? Maybe in the past, we did whatever we did. We need to forgive ourselves for our mistakes. Okay? We recognize them. We apologize if we have to apologize. We redeem ourselves. But those mistakes do not define who we are. Right? We are better than that. 100%, I promise you. You know? But all the work, like I said before, all the work, all the changes you want to see outside in the world, start here. With you. You know? And how do we become better? We become better when we recognize, when we recognize where we came from. When we recognize where our limitations came from. When we recognize that we are actually better than all that BS. When we recognize that we can do things better. When we recognize that we're not victims anymore. When we recognize that we have a voice that we can use. When we recognize that we have a place in this world. And we do. We really do. I want us all to find our beautiful place in this world together. I want us all to heal our little inner child together. And I'm going to help you as much as I can. Like I said, I don't think I can read the comments right now, because if I read the comments, I'll be like, I'll lose track of what I'm saying, because I'm a little like that. But if you want to leave me a comment, send me a direct message, and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. But like I said, going back to your inner child is so important. So important, to be able to recognize where these limitations come from. Why do I feel like I cannot fit in? Why do I feel like I'm being rejected? Rejection is not you. That has no reflection on who you are. Rejection is just the other person not being ready for your greatness. That's all. That's all. If somebody rejects your product, it's not because of you or because of your value. It is maybe because, sometimes it is because maybe you need a little more time to mature your idea, to make it work in a better way and to impact the world in a different scale. Yes, maybe, but rejection has nothing to do with your perfection. It has nothing to do with your value. It is the other people who are not ready to receive your greatness. That's all. All right. So let's not take rejection as anything negative towards us. That's one thing too that I really, it took me a long time to learn, right? Because that was one of my triggers, rejection. Whenever I felt rejection, I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this business. I'm done with this project. I'm not knocking any other door because I felt rejected, because I'm too dark, because I'm too skinny, because I'm too masculine, whatever. But I gave up a lot of things because of my own limitations, and I didn't finish a lot of my projects because of my own limitations, right? Because I hadn't processed, because I hadn't healed my inner little child, She was still so hurt that she will like try to save me when she sense any kind of danger or any kind of pain, right? She'll be like, run out of here. You don't need this. Let's just stay in the comfort zone. Let's stay in misery because it's comfortable. Stay, with in this mediocrity because it's just comfortable, right? You don't have to risk anything. It's very comfortable. But no, we are better than that, right? We have everything to gain. Why not risk it all? Why not? So let's go back. Let's go back and assure our inner child that he or she is safe now, that he or she is valuable, that he or she is successful in this world already. We have a value that money can buy. Not amount of money can buy the value that you have. Not amount of money can buy your strength. Not amount of money can buy your resilience. Not amount of money can buy the shine in your eyes. Not amount of money can buy your light. No. You have it all here. Let's reclaim it. Let's use our voice to change this world. Let's love one another and make that change. Let's do it. We are ready. The world is ready for you, I promise you. I don't have my glasses and I don't even know how long I've been going, but I know I keep going and going and going, and I can be talking here all day, and I know I have to work later. So I don't know. Is there a way how to see how long this has been? I don't see any. But okay, so we are going to start getting ready to meditate together. And how do you get ready to meditate? Well, you need to sit in a comfortable position first, right? And need to be straight. Your feet on the ground, so you're grounded. And your hands can be facing up. And this is a symbol of you're ready to receive abundance and all the greatness the world and the universe and God has to offer for you, right? And then if you like, and if you feel comfortable, you can lower your gaze or you can close your eyes. And we're gonna start breathing, and take all these ideas, all these what I've told you, take it in your heart and breathe it in. Breathe healing, breathe peace, breathe hope in. Inhale deep, fill those lungs with pure air. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. I am so grateful to share this perfect moment with all of you. Whoever is watching right now, whomever is watching in the future, I am so grateful I get to share this gift with all of you today. Take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. I am grateful for the present moment. I am grateful for the moment where everything is in control. All the outside noises won't distract me. And if you get distracted by your own thoughts, utilize your breath to come back to this present moment. Inhale. Exhale. Recognize in this moment where your breath feels more vivid in your body. That's going to be your anchor to come back to your body every time you need it. Your thoughts are rushing, and sometimes you feel like you cannot control them. But in this moment, you are going to allow yourself to let them pass through you, to let them go. In this moment, I recognize my thoughts, I see the stories, and I let them go. I allow myself to be present, to be fully present in this perfect moment I give myself. Take a few minutes to scan your inner world. Scan your body from head to toe. Is there any sensations that you recognize? Your head, your shoulders, your neck, your chest, your belly, your arms, your hands, your pelvis, your legs, your feet, your toes. Is there any sensation stuck in your body right now? Is there any emotion stuck in your body right now? See it. Allow yourself to feel the sensations and the emotions. Allow yourself to feel them. I see you. I recognize you. I allow you to pass through me and over me. We don't storify our emotions anymore. Our emotions have no story. Our emotions have no identity. We don't become our emotions anymore. Take a deep breath once again. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Identify all the sensations, all the emotions that are living in your body at this moment. If you were going to give your emotions a color, a shape, what color would they be? What shape would you give it? Imagine you're becoming friends with those emotions, with those sensations, and you allow yourself to embrace them. Thank you for visiting me. I allow you to pass through me and over me. I allow myself to feel you, to process you, and to transform you. Starting today, you don't have a story. I don't link my thoughts to any of my emotions. I let those thoughts go. Thoughts to any of my emotions. I let those thoughts go. And if you want, you can move your body a little bit like that emotion is moving you, trying to process and trying to transform so they can eventually go. This is the perfect moment where healing happens, here and now, and in your body. When you allow to feel your emotions, when you allow yourself to feel those emotions. I am not my emotions anymore. I am not the old labels anymore. I am not the old stories anymore. Today, I am brand new. You can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Feel your heartbeat and feel your breath. You are alive. You are the perfect creation of your Creator. Repeat with me. I am perfect. I am valuable. I am successful. I am ready to claim my place in this world. Starting today, I am confident. I am competent. I am going to raise my voice, and I'm going to be part of the change. I am part of the peace in this world. I am ready to give my love, to offer my peace to the rest of you. Take a deep, deep, deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Now that you have given yourself permission to process those emotions, picture yourself in paradise. Take a little trip with me to paradise. What does your place in paradise look like? Can you feel the sun on your face? Can you hear Mother Nature singing around you? Can you feel the breeze on your hair? Who's around you? Everyone around you is happy. It's just your perfect reality, your perfect day. Imagine yourself being maybe 5 years older and looking your best and feeling your best, being so alive, so vibrant, so whole, so loving, and so loved. This is what your perfect life feels like, and it was already created for you. Take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. See the people around you. See the places around you. Imagine you listening to the most beautiful music, and you are finally at ease. You are finally at peace. You are finally healed. And you are perfect. The clothes you're wearing fit you perfectly. You are in the best shape of your life. And you are so bright. Your light shines so bright you touch the rest of the world around you. How do you feel right now? It's just such a happy feeling. You walk around with your arms open and thank that divine source of love for all this greatness, for your beautiful life, for your beautiful gifts, for your beautiful family. You thank your Creator for all the goodness in this world. The world around you has changed. Everybody's loving. Everybody is. How beautiful does this feel? Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. My heart is so full of gratitude for you. My heart is so full of gratitude for the perfect life that was already signed off for us. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You are as shiny as the sun. Your light is ready to touch the rest of the world. We are ready to receive your light in this moment. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Hands to heart center. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And may my healing be the healing of the world. May our healing be the healing of the world. May our love be the love of the world. May our good intentions fill the world like a blanket on top of this beautiful earth. Thank you for joining me today. It was my first live. Like I promised, I wanted to give you a live meditation from the bottom of my heart. I'm thinking about you wherever you are. I am sending you all my love. I'm sending you all my healing vibes. I know we can do this. I know we can heal together. And if you haven't watched the whole video, I'm gonna try posting it so you guys can watch it from the beginning. But just know that you can count on me. Just DM me if you have any questions. You know, let's heal that inner little child together. It is possible. It is possible. Thank you for tuning in. And now I have to find out how to turn the live off, because this was my first live and I am lost. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that this gave you a little bit of hope, and that this gave you maybe a little tool for you to be able to recognize where those limitations that get you stuck come from. And you know, just to let you know that you have the power to rewrite those stories, to we can change these limitations and rewrite them, right? We are going to make a change together, and I'm here for it. I'm here for the ride. Thank you for following me, you know, and if you like this, you know, like it, share it, comment, send me messages, and tell your friends that if they want a safe space where they can heal with me, where we can learn new techniques on how to manage our emotions, I'm here. Okay? And I really don't know how to turn this off. I'm going to have to take my phone out. Okay? And I really don't know how to turn this off. I'm going to have to take my phone out of here. Thank you everyone for joining. How do we finish? Swipe to close. Side left to close. Okay. Swipe to close. Side left to close. Okay. Okay.